wanna sing, but I can't speak. I'm paralyzed when you're next to me, running on dreams, 'cause I can't see how this could be reality. You're holding me close, but I don't know. Do I let you in? Do I let it show? All of my fears and all of these ghosts are the only things I've ever.
Happy Hump Day. Welcome back to Morning Coffee with Rick Alexander. If you guys dig the message and you want to work through a lot of these ideas more deeply, you could do so by reading my book, Burn Your Couch. You can find that on Amazon. You could grab my next book in August called What It Means to Be Human. I'll have more details about that later. And then lastly, you can enroll in the Clarity Academy. So I'm still figuring out the next portion of the Clarity Academy. We've run 3 cohorts so far. We will have an immersive experience, which is going to essentially allow you to come together with other people and figure out what your life's really about, what you want it to mean, and just develop a level of self-awareness that's quite honestly not taught in our schools today. The whole point of that course is to teach you how to think, never to tell you what to do. And just to brag on it for a little bit, like people have gone through that course, have had some pretty massive life changes. I've had like 3 or 4 businesses start. I've had people quit drinking, enroll in AA. I've had all kinds of huge realizations come up throughout this course. And so if you're looking to push fast forward on your growth, just reach out to me at RickAlexander_ on Instagram, slip into my DMs, and we'll talk about the best option for you. Obviously, all of this information that I present, I'm super passionate about, and I really just want you to be able to work through it in your own life, find your own answers, and build your own bliss. That's really what it's all about. One of the things that I've realized is a lot of people are enrolling in the Clarity Academy because they're looking for a major life transition, or so they're like looking to make one, or they have made one and they're feeling kind of lost. And so for me, I've gone through some massive life transitions actually publicly. So if you haven't been listening to the show for a while, I got out of the military last year so that I could pursue this content creation career, which is a bit outside of the box. I understand that. Not everybody has the appetite for risk that I do. But one of the things that I've realized is that I have some ideas on finding identity through change, and it's one of the things that I speak on. It's one of the things that I'm writing about in my new book, and it's one of the things that we talk about in the Clarity Academy. And so one of the things that I found in coaching all kinds of people and in dealing with these thoughts of transition myself is that one of the things that we feel in this life is that when we leave something, we have to start over. Now, the reason you feel like you have to start over is because of a skewed view of reality. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because the truth is, you are never, ever starting over if you look at it through the right lens. The wrong lens is to wrap your identity in the things that you do. And that's what most of us do, to be honest, because we don't really know who we are. And so because we don't know who we are, we become our job title and we become the things that we built. But this life is ephemeral and everything in it is ephemeral. So all that you really get in this life is who you become, not what you do. Your identity should be rooted in who you become. Because the truth is, you are the same you that transforms and evolves throughout the course of your life. And so to wrap your identity in something that you've built, like a job title or a relationship or something like that, is to set you up for failure. 1, because it gives you limited options for pivoting, because you feel like I can't leave this thing that's holding my identity. And then 2, because who you are is so much more than what you do. And look, because everything is ephemeral, everything is a sandcastle in this life. The tides of time are going to wash that sandcastle away no matter how much you love it or how much you've built it or how big you've built it. The truth is, it's a sandcastle, and there's no real reason to put your identity into a sandcastle. It's irresponsible, and you got to treat your psyche better than that, because once you lose that thing, no matter how much you identify with it, no matter how much it might feel like you're calling, if you cling to it and you root your entire identity on it, you are setting yourself up for failure. You're also setting yourself up for a limited existence because, again, you won't feel like you have the ability to pivot. And so then you have to ask yourself, well, what is the correct view to conceptualize this idea and to view yourself? Like, what is the right lens to look at change through? I believe that the right lens is to look at all that you've become See, all the sandcastles you've built, all the things you've done, the projects you've completed, the attaboys you've gotten, the people you've made proud, those aren't building something in the world. Those are who you become. And so you always have those things with you. Who you became as a result of climbing up to CEO or CMO or manager or whatever it is in your job, that's who you take with you. You're the person that transforms and evolves throughout the course of your life. And the way that you evolve is you take all of the experiential knowledge that you've attained. And so if you're feeling like it's time for a pivot, or if you're feeling like there's a good opportunity over there, but you're too afraid to leave based on the, let's say, quote unquote, resume that you've built and the things that you've done and the boxes that you've checked, you're looking at this entire thing wrong, because you never lose who you become. And you always lose what you've done or what you've built. One of my personal beliefs is that we're sort of spiritual beings going through this temporary human experience. Now, I don't actually care if you believe that or not. It doesn't resonate with some people, and that's completely okay. But conceptualizing yourself as that might be the most beneficial and not only that, but productive thing that you could do. It might be the best way to conceptualize yourself, because in understanding that you're a spiritual being going through a temporary human experience, that comes with it the understanding that everything you build is also temporary, and so there's no reason to cling to it like it's your actual identity. What you do is something. Who you are is one thing, but who you're going to become as a result of engaging with reality is everything. And that's what you take with you every time you pivot, and that's what I hope you always keep in mind. Plus, as you go through changes in life, which are inevitable, you're going to get thrust into those regardless of how bad you might want to fight that. You'll know who you are. You'll have a sense of identity through change, and that's what matters more than anything, because change management is one of the things that really throws people off in this lifetime. So I want better for you, just like I want better for me. I love you guys. We'll talk tomorrow on Morning Coffee.
Oh, you're so hot and cold, warm in the middle. You got my heartbeat skipping, doing paradiddles. Would you spend some time with me? 'Cause I've been running, legs are turned to jello. Trying to be cool for you, call me Mr. Mellow. No, you won't waste your time on me, 'cause you're so mellow. Skip it to bop, ba da da ba da beat da ba. Skip it to bop. Mellow, you just wanna be mellow. Oh, you're so hot and cold, warm in the middle. You got my heartbeat skipping, doing paradiddles. Would you spend some time with me? Running, legs are turned to jello. Trying to be cool for you, call me Mr. Mellow. No, you won't waste your